Go again. Let's try it again. You're live.
Okay, we're live again, hopefully, and hopefully Vicky will see some comments in chat, comments in there.
Oh, now it's just telling me that nobody's there.
Okay, they all gave up
You
on us.
know, I
Don't you just love this techie stuff?
Yeah, no, I would say
These
now.
34 years ago, you couldn't even imagine what this stuff
all
would
right.
be.
Now they're back. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
You got it back?
Oh, hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
momentarily. Yeah. So what I want to talk about, guys, now that we got the template of the month out of the way, if you guys have questions on that, you know how to get a hold of us. I want to talk about a question that I get on a regular basis about this Marsh ink. And this, if you guys have watched our older videos, I use the Marsh ink a lot. Now I use a primer probably as much or more than I use the Marsh ink. But people have asked me, and I guess the same thing could be applicable for the primer, ask me about buying this bulk in a gallon, a quart, half gallon, and then spraying it with your critter sprayer. Well, theoretically, you could do that. However, you know our philosophy on overspraying. I don't see any possible way you could ever have control with a critter sprayer that you could have with this, if from a standpoint of overspraying. The critter sprayer really is made for more, big fan, finish, that kind of
Uniform
thing.
coverage.
Yeah, and this is made to, for what we use. Yeah.
Hold on, guys. All right. Now let's see if that works better.
So hopefully you guys are still there. If you're not, then maybe you'll see this on the replay. Anyway, so yes, you can, and I know the reason why. Obviously, it's a lot cheaper if you buy it in bulk. But the problem is, and this person, actually, somebody asked me just the other day, and before I got a chance to get back to him and give him my opinion on it, he wrote me back and said, never mind, I tried it, and it's just super messy, so it's not even worth it. Now, that being said, there might be a possibility. If you happen to have one of these little doodads, a little airbrush, and the reason this looks really clean is because I tried it for about 2 or 3 hours and I found it ain't my thing. But if you were going to use an airbrush and you got good with an airbrush, then it's possible you could use the ink in bulk and it would be a fraction of the cost of the spray cans. For me, I'm going to stay with the spray cans, but if you are going to buy it in bulk, this would be the way to do it.
Like a peace pipe.
Yeah, it's an airbrush, and actually I think it's a pretty decent one. I bought it, and there are some of you that are really good with an airbrush.
Some people are
It's
excellent.
amazing.
I mean, they just do outstanding work.
I
I've
tried
tried it over the years.
Yeah.
I'm not artistic enough to use it
Well,
to make it worthwhile.
for me, it wasn't necessarily artistic. It was trying to get the right combination where the paint would come out uniformly, and it just, I wasn't getting it, and I finally threw this thing in a bag, and it's been sitting there for about 1.5 years ever since. So, but if you are good with an airbrush, that could be an option for you, or if you want to take the time to get good with an airbrush, then buying the ink or the primer in bulk and using an airbrush. But I would not do it under any circumstance. Try to do it with your critter and think that you're going to have the kind of control that you can get with this. You're going to just blast that. It's going to be like pouring it on that board, and you're going to get bleeding, and you're going to ruin some wood.
It's going to ruin some signs for you.
It's going to ruin some stuff. So
if you're not careful.
So that's my take on buying the Marsh ink in bulk. Now, some of you that are maybe watching us for the first time, the reason we use ink and the reason we use primer and the reason we don't use paint is ink and primer don't soak in and bleed in the board. Typically, it doesn't. If you overspray, it will, but typically it doesn't. Paint will, spray paint, or at least the spray paints that we've used
It
will.
almost certainly will. And then when you try to sand it off, you got paint down in the grain of the board, and you won't sand it off. So.
And it tends to load up on your belts or your abrasives.
Oh yeah.
It tends to load up. So that's the reason we use ink, and the reason we use primer.
Yeah,
So
we've got a lot of videos that shows why and how. So just watch our videos if you haven't seen them.
yeah, there's
We have England here, the UK, British Columbia.
excellent.
Somebody from the UK, congratulations on your elections over there. Turned out good,
I don't wasn't paying attention, so I don't.
providing you're conservative.
Okay.
okay.
If your Labor didn't turn out so well.
All right.
Good.
Bull says that what did he say? The marsh ink just ticks him off because the nozzle gets stuck.
Oh, Bull, we need to talk, man. I can help you with that.
Next.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do the giveaway.
Okay, here's your shirt.
There's the shirt. So let's do some trivia. So we are going to take the first answer that Vicky sees, and we are doing trivia on a trivia question on Friday the 13th. So this is not Friday the 13th, the scary movie stuff. This is just general Friday the 13th trivia. So we found all kinds of questions. And so remember, this is domestic only. And it's a first answer that Vicky sees. So here's the question. Which U.S. president was especially superstitious of the holiday, avoiding 13 guests at meals and traveling on the 13th day of the month? Avoiding traveling on those days. So was it A, FDR, B, JFK, or C, LBJ? So for those of you that aren't good at president's initials,
That's me.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, or Lyndon Baines Johnson. That would be for the millennials that wouldn't have any idea who those people are. Anyway, so which one of those was the most...
Everybody's Googling.
Yeah, everybody's Googling. Which one was the most superstitious on the 13th day? We're still waiting? Ooh. Don't show the highlight part. Well, I set it down. I realized I set it down on the bench top. It was, if somebody saw that, they might have
No
got it.
answers?
No answers? Come on,
I hope
take a
it's
guess.
not because somebody didn't see it, or I'm not seeing it.
Take a guess, guys. Did we lose our...
I don't know.
All right, we have to research this and find out why this is happening. It's got to be a settings thing.
But I'm clicking on it. It says live chats are visible.
Yeah.
Well, somebody
Okay,
might.
here we go. Here we go. All the way back up. So see what we got.
Somebody must have guessed it by now.
Yeah,
I would
there's a
think.
bunch of them. I just gotta go up. Let's see. Let's see. No. Natalie Baker. Wait a minute. FDR. Roosevelt, right?
Yes, Roosevelt.
Yep. Natalie Baker.
Natalie Baker.
Way to go,
Did
Natalie.
Natalie win last time? No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't
Can you
remember.
give your pen?
Yeah, Natalie Baker.
Natalie Baker is the winner.
Natalie Baker. Got it. So, Natalie, if we probably have Natalie's information, but email Vicky if we don't have thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
By
so
the way, I'm going to say this because I get at least one or two a day. The giveaway was done last weekend, so please don't send me messages asking me to put you on the list to enter to win.
Oh, the Christmas
I still have
Grinchy.
people entering to win.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
for Grinchy Claus? Yeah, we
Yeah.
gave Grinchy Claus away last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shipped out already, right?
Yeah, we shipped that out.
I'm
It's
still
on the way.
getting emails.
It was
enter me to win.
Kathy Devers or Devers, Kathy and Van Devers. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Reminders. I got 4 different reminders. Remember, guys, if you want to be in the sign carving directory, which is basically it's Vicky's done a lot of work on it, and she's starting to get it. I think sometime next month we'll actually be able to cohesively put everything together and email it out to whoever wants it. But if you want to be in that directory, send me a couple pictures of your work, just to make sure you're kind of on board with what we do. Eric at makeawoodsign.com, and we will absolutely put you in the directory. Whether you're domestic in the U.S. or you're international, doesn't matter.
I've had several people say that since they didn't win that sign, they made their own.
Yeah, I saw
Send us
one.
pictures,
I saw one this morning. Yeah, someone sent one this morning to me. It was
it was Jason.
Jason.
Yeah,
it was Jason. Yeah, it was Jason. So that's number 1. Number 2, our class, our next sign carving class here is going to be March 22nd, 21st, and 22nd. And we are going to, as you guys may know if you've been watching, we can only have 6 people and or their spouses. So 12 people total, but 6 entrants with spouses or guests. And we are going to have that class on March 22nd, 21st and 22nd. But because we get such a large group of people that want to come, we actually do a drawing. And we are going to do that drawing on a very special day, January 17th. Why is that special?
Birthday 86.
Birthday 86 for my come to the class on March 21st and 22nd.
Well, maybe I'll do the drawing then, since it's my
You
birthday.
you will be picking out the names. That is exactly how it's going to be done. So be sure and if you're interested, if you happen to be within driving distance, that's great. If not, the fee on the class is $200 for the weekend. And if you have a guest, a spouse, then it's just another $100. That pays for everything here. You know, your expenses, where you stay and all that, travel. That will include some meals and a swag bag and stuff, gifts and
Cookies.
and cookies,
Yeah.
and some and a bunch of training. So that,
And we're gonna do some resin too.
yeah, we're gonna do some resin pours as well. So that is that. The only other thing is Vicky and I again are going to Workbench Con in February 19th through the 23rd. That's in Atlanta. And so if you guys are in and around the Atlanta area, I think I'm trying to remember the name of the hotel. It's right
Renaissance.
downtown.
It's like the Renaissance.
Yeah, it's right downtown in the middle
I
of
just
Atlanta.
sent it to Linda. That's how I knew.
Oh, it's the Renaissance. There you go. So if you guys we're going to be doing a meetup for anybody that wants to hang out. We don't know exactly when that is going to be. It's going to be sometime on that weekend. But if you guys are in and around the Atlanta area, we'd love to meet up with you. We'll give you more details on that as we get closer to it, where we're going to be and the time and the day and all that. But it'll definitely be between, probably be the 20th or 21st, 22nd, something like that. Anyway, so that'd be cool.
What's what called, Bull?
What's what called?
Any first timers? Yes, just first timers in March, and then when we do our
Oh, I didn't
fall,
say that.
when we do our fall seminar, that'll be open up to everybody.
Yeah, that was my mistake. That is correct. So the spring class will be for only people that have not attended another one of our classes.
No, it's Workbench Con in Atlanta.
Workbench Con, WBC in Atlanta. You guys can Google it. You'll find all kinds of stuff. It's really a cool conference. We're going again. This will be our 3rd year. And it's the only
They've
thing.
only had it 3 years.
Yeah, and it's the only thing we really go to. currently. So hope you guys can join us there. That would be cool. Tomorrow morning's video is Dad working on the centering jig. So you'll see how he actually puts a blank base using that centering jig on a router.
And I show you how I use a drill press to drill and counterbore so the screws go in. So I show you right from the start to finish how I make that, how I adjust that blank base to fit whatever router you have.
Okay, and then Monday's a little bit different. The video on Monday is going to actually be packaging that. If you guys ever wanted to know how to ship signs, how I ship signs, bigger signs, I actually do a whole packaging video on Monday on, I'm actually shipping that Grinchy Claus sign. So show you how I go about it, my process. And then Wednesday we're doing a coffee and question. So we got some projects coming up that you'll be seeing probably the week after. So that's about it. Any questions? Anything we need to?
Somebody was asking several times. Let's see. Hold on. About ideas for what kind of has anybody found containers that work well for storing the larger templates? That's David Pontius.
Okay.
Several people have answered, but we just use boxes that we made.
But there's so many different kinds of plastic stuff with drawers and
he hasn't been able to find anything that the drawers are big enough.
Really.
Try those plastic tubs, shoebox tubs.
Yeah.
Just get some kind of dividers in it.
Yeah, Harbor Freight has a lot of different compartmental type of bins. Harbor Freight is really good for that.
If you can't find what you want,
they don't have it at Walmart.
Cardboard box. You can buy corrugated boxes on Uline, almost any size you want, doesn't matter. So just buy the box the size that you want. You might have to buy a bundle of 25 of them, but you can make a whole wall of boxes just for your templates.
That's an idea.
I made them for our storage. I made them on the laser, but if you don't have 30,000 to go buy a laser, just buy cardboard boxes. It'll work.
Frank Jenkins says, which tickets for WCBC is best? They offer 2 levels.
For Workbench Con?
I don't know. We got ours the day they became available.
So. I don't know of a double tiered. There's like an early bird, Frank. I think. You might be talking about the cheaper one, Frank. There is another level for people that want. They're like a sponsorship thing, not a sponsorship, but there's a phrase that they use like if you
featured or what?
No, it's not featured. It's but yeah, well that and they like get special privileges to meet with sponsors. So it's more of a for people that are content creators that are really going for big sponsors and that kind of thing. So Frank, go for the cheap ticket. Frank, that would be great if you went. We'd love to hang out with you. But another thing on that just came to mind for me on keeping your layout templates. You only have one each of those layout templates. You might be able to find a binder that is made for holding CDs or DVDs or pictures. Be able to find a binder that has pockets. And that would be a great way to keep. That way you could just flip through it and it fits, in just a binder.
It's good for if you're going to shows too. That way people.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That would be a good
That's the way I think I would do it. Look for a binder for DVDs or with CDs. Pockets. Yeah, with pockets. Yeah, so you have like 6 or 7 or 5 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 pockets on each page, and they're mostly they're double-sided. Yeah. So that's what I'd try. I would try that. So, thank you. That was just off the top of my head. Yeah, I come up with stuff every once in a while. That is it, guys. We've been on here 2 sessions for for 35 minutes. So, any questions? Let me know. Eric at makeawoodsign.com. Let's see. You guys will be seeing maybe some Facebook videos from us sometime in the next couple of weeks. We'll see.
Some what?
Some Facebook videos.
Oh yeah.
Some sponsored advertising videos from us. So that is it. One more Friday before Christmas. That will be next week, the 20th. And we'll be right here. I don't think we're going anywhere. I think we'll be here. So everybody have a great weekend. Have a great week.
And if we don't get to see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next week, and you'll see Dad early tomorrow morning. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.